136 feet and has 83 stories. Although the John Hancock Center technically has more stories than Aon, the top quarter of the Hancock Tower is comprised of residential floors, which tend to be shorter than commercial or office floors. So Aon is in fact taller than John Hancock Center. The Aon Center was originally faced with thin Italian Carrara marble, but that proved insufficiently sturdy against the local climate, and it had to be refaced in Mount Airy white granite.
Then burned to the ground and everyone inside massacred during the War of 1812, so good job there. Rebuilt in 1816, 1833 we become a town, 1837 we get incorporated, upgraded to city status. The things didn't really get moving around here to the 1840s for reasons I'll talk about later. Right now I want to point out several examples of our first architectural style of, let's say, four styles today, the Beaux-Arts style, B-E-A-U-X art if you're taking notes. Our first Beaux-Arts building of the day. Our first Beaux-Arts building of the evening is the Wrigley building up to the right, the beautiful Spanish Renaissance clock tower, modeled after the tower of the Raoul Cathedral in Seville. It's built in 1921 and 24 by Graham Anderson, Probst and White. Notice it's a very ornate building, lots of pretty little flourishes. The Beaux-Arts style is a very cumulative, very eclectic form of architecture. Takes elements of styles over the past several hundred years from all over Europe, as well as lots of Greco-Roman elements, and blends them all together. So it's very ornate, very neo-classical sort of style. Another example of that is the London Guarantee and Accident building to the left here, 1923 by Alfred Oschler. So at the top you got that tempietto, or little temple, sweeping balustrade, lots of columns, so all these Greco-Roman, neo-classical elements blended together, lots of ornamentation. That's how we identify a Beaux-Arts building. One more example, before we move on to something more modern. Again, up to the left, the green scaffolding, usually a dome there, and those tempiettos on each corner. That is the old Jewelers building, 1920. Nice with the sky in pretty much any weather. It reflects the other buildings. Got a wave pattern at the bottom to reflect the river, and it's got three setbacks. The first of which, from the bottom, matches the height of the Wrigley building. Second matches the Corncob Towers, and the third matches IBM. So instead of just towering over everything, which, let's be honest, was a concern, it's actually referencing and paying tribute to some of its neighbors. So it is the tallest, shiniest, kind of flashiest thing in the area. It definitely stands out. But thanks to some pretty amazing design on the part of Adrian Smith, it does quite a lot to at least try and divert attention away from itself. So as it draws your eyes towards it, it also kind of diverts them elsewhere. It's like, oh, here I am, but check this out, check this out. So really awesome complementary design by Smith, only slightly undermined last summer when they added the new sign, which I affectionately call the Trump stamp. Because, you know, less tacky during the day, it doesn't get lit up, but you can't really ignore it. Much Photoshop. Yeah, so the building itself, very, very good design, and then that was thrown on there last summer. Sometimes, the way the sun hits it, you can barely see the T, and it looks like the Rump Tower. Up to the left here, past the Wrigley Building, beautiful Art Deco and Neo-Gothic structure. The flying buttresses and whatnot up top. That is the Chicago Tribune Tower, finished in 1925. In 1922, Colonel McCormick, who owned the Tribune, hosted an international design competition in honor of his newspaper's 75th anniversary to see who could design for him the most beautiful office building in the world. And out of 263 entries competing for a $50,000 first prize, that building was the winner. Model object feature flag with a fountain there. 3 white stripes, 2 blue stripes, 4 red stars. It's kind of hard to see right now, but it's there. The 3 white stripes are the 3 major sections of the city, those being the north side, the south side, and the west side. There is no east side because lake. The 2 blue stripes are the waterways, the lake and the river, and the 4 red stars are some of the important historic moments that have shaped the city over the years. First star, Fort Dearborn. Second star, Great Chicago Fire. Third star, World's Fair of 1893, we just talked about, and the 4th star, the World's Fair of 1933. We're not done yet. A lot of new stuff happening. We may be getting, hopefully, down near Soldier Field, the Presidential Library and the George Lucas Museum of Narrative Arts. A lot of new buildings, new Riverwalk, lots of stuff to see and do and explore. So get to explore. I think it's supposed to be pretty nice the rest of the week. So walk around, check out the parks, Millennium Park, Grant Park, of course, fucking Fountain is. You can spend an entire day on any of the museums, probably. The Field Museum now dressed as great Vikings exhibit right now. There's the Planetarium, the Shed Aquarium, which is awesome. The Art Institute is amazing. Check those out. Food, buildings, inside, outside. Check out the food. You go on deep dish Chicago pizza. My favorite is Lou Malnati's with the butter crust. Giordano's pretty good. Lou Malnati's a little better. If you want a Chicago-style hot dog or Italian beef sandwich, I really like Portillo's up at Ontario and Clark. Because they also do the chocolate cake shake. It's a milkshake with a piece of chocolate cake mixed into it, and it's horrible for you, but it's really delicious. Purple Pig right across the street there. Right across the street is really good tapas type place. Get out of downtown as much as possible. This is one tiny piece of a very large city. So coming here and only going downtown is kind of like going to Disney World and just looking at the castles. It's like going to Seattle and just looking at the needle, like just looking at the needle. Go see the real Chicago, the neighborhoods. You got Hyde Park on the south side, Chinatown, Greektown, Little Italy. Lincoln Park is just like a 20-minute bike ride north of the lakefront. Lincoln Park the park, Lincoln Park Zoo, which is totally free. Lots of great shopping and dining in the area as well. Lincoln Square, great German neighborhood, Western Brownland stuff. One of my favorite neighborhoods is Andersonville. That's the Swedish part of town. Oh, Evanston is beautiful, yeah. That's north of the city, but easily accessible by public transportation. Really cute downtown area. Northwestern University's great campus. There's this really cool Baha'i temple.